Hi, Linda Bowen here from StampingWithLinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. Today I'm going to be working with the Work of Art stamp set. This is part of my Stamp of the Month kit, but the flowers that I'm going to be showing you are not all in that kit. So this is just a wow stamping moment as I feature flowers from this stamp set. Now when you look at this stamp set, there are no flowers. So let me show you how I created them. I'm going to bring in a piece of grit cardstock, a grit paper, not cardstock, and I'm going to bring in the long stem from the Work of Art, and I'm going to ink that and stamp that about here. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with that little swishy mark. Don't know what that's really called, and I'm going to make my leaves. Going to then bring in my stamp mist cleaner and my cleaning tray and clean that off. Next, what I'm going to be using is the Hello Honey. This is one of the new in colors, and I'm going to come up here about right there. Oops, brought the wrong one. I am using a piece of cardstock that has been punched out with my circle punch. I'm going to go back in with that splash. And let's see, I'm going to need to move that up just a hair, maybe about right there. So what I've done is made a masking, and I'm just going to go in with that Hello Honey and stamp around that circle. Now I can move my my stamp around and get the other zigzag from that stamp, however you want to do it. But that's how I've got my flower there. I'm going to remove that masking. As you can see, I've got the hole in there. And what I have done is taken the next bigger size circle punch. I believe it's 1 1/4 inch. I have punched it out with the Early Espresso, ran it through, don't know if you can see that well in the video, I ran it through my decorative dots, and there you have a fun sunflower. Pretty cool, huh? Next, what I want to show you is just a single flower, and what I have done with that is I've taken a piece of Very Vanilla. I'm going to go back in with my Mossy Meadow. I'm going to stamp about there. I have already cleaned that little zigzag stamp. I'm going to add some stems on. You can have those stems going in the same direction or change them up like I did. Next, what I'm going to bring in is my Tangelo Twist ink pad. I'm going to go in again with that splash, and I'm going to just put it really close to my stem, like so. And then I'm just going to continue to stamp around, putting the base of that stamp right up against that stem as close as possible. That one was just a little off, but that's okay, because next what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my chevron ribbon. I'm going to be using my Mossy Meadow in color marker, and I'm coloring that chevron ribbon. Now I need to be careful because that hasn't dried. In real life you need to let it dry for a few minutes before you play with it. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a slip knot. Try not to touch the ribbon as much as I can. I hope I cut enough off here. Of course, never had that problem when I was doing it before the video. There we go. I'm going to pull that out like so. And so I've just made a green chevron ribbon. I'm going to use a dimensional. You can use a glue dot once it is dried, but I think a dimensional is going to hold it better because that ink is still wet. Oh, maybe it's going to hold it better. You may just need to imagine what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut that, put that right here. I'm going to then show you the actual card I made with that, seeing how that chevron ribbon just hid the base of that flower. Use the zigzag from that work of art stamp, and there you have that flower. So now we have two separate flowers using that same set. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a small piece of Whisper White, and I see I have left my heart stamp. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to go in with the Hello Honey and the little heart from that stamp set, and I'm just going to stamp the heart and then stamp over, kind of like a double over the second little hump for your heart. And there is another fun flower done with a work of art. I'm going to go in with that Mossy Meadow and just stamp my center on another fun flower. I'm going to show you the card I did, little note card with 3 of those flowers and a little butterfly on it. So there you have some quick flowers from the work of art stamp set. Thanks for joining me.